Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do a little requested video, or something that's been readily requested on the channel over the last sort of 2 weeks or so since 919 has launched. And that's a comparison between the MP18 Blade and the 919 Tour, which has obviously, you know, really been prominent recently with Koepka winning with the previous model, the 900 Tour. So it was always going to be very interesting to see how Mizuno would improve on that.
I think that's probably where most people became aware of this particular line, the JPX line, is after he won and everyone kind of saw what was in his bag.
Certainly gave it a lot of time in the press, a lot of headlines.
And aesthetically, the 919 doesn't look like it's a giant departure from that. I mean, it looks somewhat
Quite similar, doesn't it?
Probably more of an update than a redesign.
Little subtle tweak here or there with some of the weighting and that type of thing. So, you know, nothing too dramatically different though.
It's not a situation where the JPX 900 Tour owner is going to run out and say, I must have these, unless you love to just buy, you know, updated stuff. I think it looks great. It's a great looking iron. Kind of the, I guess, monochromatic look they've done with it, sort of the satin finish.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of the kind of
nice.
the satin look to the satin finish. I really quite like it. I think
Even
it's
on the face, it's
really
kind of
appealing, which is good. And you know, how can you argue with the MP18 Blade as well? It's as classic as a golf club gets.
Very classic.
So we didn't have a lefty option.
Nope, these are both right hand only.
These are both right hand only. So I had to jump over to the other side of the desk today and do a little testing with it.
Yep, and you were hitting them very nice.
Well, they both felt fantastic. I couldn't complain about either of them, to be honest. You could very slightly notice the 919 Tour is slightly bigger in the head. Okay. Marginally.
And it's mostly, you were saying, this is going to be really hard for everyone to see, but it's mostly a heel to toe
heel to toe, the length of it, the blade length is what I noticed, you know, just down in the address position, was ever so slightly longer.
And we're talking millimeters, right?
We are. We're talking literally like 3. Yeah.
And top lines are the same?
Top line's a little bit thinner as well.
Oh, it is, okay.
And so width. So basically there's shorter toe to heel, narrower sole, less offset, thinner top line on the MP18. Right. Very, very similar.
So still your most traditional iron lover is still going to like the look of this better, no question. Absolutely. They're going to look at this and say it's close, but it's just fractionally maybe larger than I like.
Right, right. And I think, you know, the sort of comparison between the two, you know, it is in profile, but then you flip them around and there's a bit of a difference obviously in the design of the weight distribution. Yeah. Obviously from the back you can see, you know, there's been some subtle and small tweaks to the distribution of weight, so you're creating a little bit of perimeter weighting here and none over here. So
you might be in a situation where over the course of a season you'd notice a bit of a forgiveness improvement over the true blade.
Just a little on the odd mishit here or there. You know, you might see a little more protection. You know, again, if you're looking at that slightly intimidated by the look, you know, the next stop might be towards 919 Tour then, just to give you a slightly bigger head. To give you that more sort of confidence. I
mean, it kind of looks like it has a mini cavity when you look at it in pictures, but when you look at it in person, it's really just like a milling difference.
It's tiny.
This cavity is essentially like, what, 2 millimeters deep at most? It's not really a cavity.
And just a little bit of weight being pulled towards the toe, which we know increases the MOI of the head. Right. That will really stabilize the ball speed on the miss hits.
But from your perspective, they're pretty similar feeling. This is just a little more traditional looking and feeling, and I think they're probably not marketed at the same player anyway. But you're getting, obviously, people asking which one should you look at, and I think if you want that tiny edge in technology, then it's this, and if you want the most traditional looking iron, then it's that.
Yeah, that's the classic one for the connoisseur. That's maybe designed, you know, 919 Tour is maybe going to find its way into the bag of, you know, maybe the younger generation who are sort of progressing nicely within their own game and like, you know, some of the modern features of you know, the different finish and that type of thing. So both are exceptional. So let's have a look at the numbers. Matty, there wasn't much in it, was there? I mean, we actually saw a marginal increase in ball speed with the Blade. Yeah. We saw a slightly lower launch and fractionally lower spin.
You hit two irons that probably couldn't have flown too much more similar if you tried. I mean, they were really close.
Probably couldn't have hit them, you know, as similar if I tried. So little draw, that's my shape. 195 is kind of, well, yeah, 195. I'd be delighted with 195 carry on my current iron. So I was more than happy that I was trying the new Oban steel shaft in there,
which we reviewed, and you liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I was keen to give that a try. I've actually been, I think I actually said my what's in the bag recently that I was.
That's true. You said you weren't going to change your iron shafts.
I'm probably going to change my iron shafts.
Changing his iron shafts. I figured you would. Why not?
Yeah, I know. It's just something about. I was playing last week and my irons felt a little sluggish and just they didn't feel great for.
So that felt a little lighter and a little more kind of pep out of it.
Felt like it had a little more jump, but they were very stable as well.
Now you had these at 30 degrees of loft. We should say that first.
Yeah.
So that's the stock
loft.
Loft comes at 30, so very traditional loft.
Yeah.
So testing at the same loft, kind of saw that they flew just about the same way.
Almost identical. Ball speed, launch, spin, next to nothing in it. I mean, the differences will be more from slight performance differences from the strike pattern. Yeah. So maybe a low one that tilted the head down a little bit to change the launch on one of them. You know, that type of thing.
Gotcha.
Nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's the same, guys. It's pretty much the same. You know, you'll get pretty much the same result. I never saw much of a difference. Slight characteristic differences or slight kind of aesthetic differences behind the ball. That was all we could really see.
It's kind of what we were expecting from the beginning, that it would just be sort of a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of forgiveness, but for the most part, pick the one you like the look of and the one you want to kind of spend your money on.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. And you know, there's the person who chooses one could quite happily choose the other.
Yep, definitely.
So good
stuff. Yeah.
No, excellent.
Good to hit some balls.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while. Other side
probably
of the camera.
most of a range session you've had.
That was it. It's probably the most of the season. Guys, let us know if you've tried them and if you've maybe put them side by side and if you've seen something different. Obviously, you know, we would have been interesting to go kind of in with some other shafts, maybe even put my own shaft in there and kind of see what they do. But I wanted to try the Oban, so it kind of killed two birds with one stone. But let us know if you guys have tried it and let us know your thoughts.
I think you might find those were kind of a good choice for you. You could play these, eh?
Yeah, you could, no problem.
Yeah,
no problem. I could put that. I thought that last year with the 900s, to be honest.
Did you?
I
kind of were on the fence.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I could have played those 900s, no problem at all. So yeah, the 919 tours would be an iron that I would really enjoy.
Nice. Mizuno fans will be happy to hear that.
Yeah, I know. There's lots of them.
Is there?
Guys, appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again soon.